Hello traders, welcome back. Today is Wednesday the 26th of July. We're going to look back at yesterday's trades, we're going to look at today's potential trades, and we're going to look at the important news for today as well. And there is some very important news. So let's get started. Yesterday, our first trade idea was this: US dollar against the Japanese yen. And this is still a bit of a swing play, all right, because we've got this level through here on US dollar Japanese yen, okay, which I really like. If we zoom in, you can also see we are, clearly in an uptrend, and we got this nice bullish weekly candle bounce off of this level. So the idea is still to take price back up to these highs. We drop down to the day chart now. We've also seen nothing but buyers. Even this is a buyer. But yesterday we had quite a bearish candle. And I'm actually in this trade, so I'm considering getting out of this for a small profit. But let me explain what I'm going to do. So, yeah, we were looking to buy this, guys, for these reasons. Yeah, we had nothing but buying candles, and just to continue this, this swing trade on. If we drop down to the H1 now, guys, what were we looking for? So we was looking for a retrace into this gray zone. Yeah. So price, we finally made it down to this gray zone and come back in here. And then once it come back in here, guys, we had this candle. Yeah. This candle for me was bullish enough. Yeah. A bullish engulfing candlestick pattern because it closes over more than half of the previous candle. All right, so I entered on this candle. Yeah, if I zoom out a little bit, yeah, entered here, put my stop below here. Okay, and the idea was just to take price back up to these last highs here. This dotted line is actually my first target. Take some profit and then let the rest of the trade run. But yeah, I'm in this trade as we speak, and price came back down, tested it again, and we got another bullish candle. So there's definitely buyers in here, and we knew there would be, hence we put in our gray zone. But what do I want to see, guys? So I'm going to stay in this trade. If we get a break of this level, okay, I think we're going to make it back up to here. All right. And please bear in mind, we got the Fed interest rate decision tonight as well. So, I need to be wary of that. But if we start getting a bearish reaction at this level, I might just close the trade. Okay. But I'll put this in my VIP Discord, guys. So yeah, that's where I am currently. I'm in this trade, and yeah, I'm going to sort of see how it plays out, guys. The next one from yesterday was another US dollar pair, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. And yeah, let me explain this one. It was a little bit of a frustrating day, guys. Not too bad. No damage was done, but a little bit frustrating. So what were we looking at? All right. So with this New Zealand US dollar, we were in an uptrend. And to be honest with you, even when it comes all the way back down to here, we still haven't broken these lows here. So we are still in an uptrend. But, firstly, look at this weekly candle. Yeah, if we go to the weekly chart, so if you look at that weekly candle, guys, yeah, coming off of this level here, I'm just thinking we could take price back down to here. So that was the idea. If we go back to the day chart, we also had a nice level through here that I was thinking potentially price could react at, and we had the moving average 20 coming round. So the idea was to get some sellers in here to take price lower. If we drop down to the H1, because that's usually what I enter on, and again, I entered this trade as well. So price come up into our gray zone up here. It was here for a while, for hours it was in this gray zone. But I actually took this candle here. All right, so I started selling around here. I put my stop above here. yeah, at 36, I believe, just to give it a bit of room. And then once I saw this candle, yeah, that broke these highs, okay, and this was also accompanied by a bullish H4 candle, I didn't like my trade anymore. Okay, so if the market tells you that, you know, the market's not doing what you expect, you know, because at this point, when I saw this candle here, I wanted price to start, you know, coming down and even breaking this level. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see happen. But when the market didn't do that and started, you know, forming a continuation of the H1, then, you know, I got out of this trade. So price retraced a little bit. I saw this candle, price retraced a little bit, and I just closed this trade. I took a small loss from here to here. All right, and just got out of this trade. I mean, in hindsight, you know, it's coming down nicely, but we don't have hindsight, and it's still obeying this level. Look at this wick. So I think this level's the crucial level. If it breaks this, then we do have room to the downside. So was in this trade, got out quickly because I didn't like what the market was doing, guys. All right. So, yeah, you know, we can try and cut the losers, you know, quickly. So that was New Zealand US dollar. And then the final trade from yesterday was oil. And this was the one that did move in our direction, but was a little tricky to get into. So if we start with the day chart, all right, so you can see why my target's up here, guys. Okay, so the blue, because we've got all this price action through here. If I scroll out, you'll just see how much. Look, you know, that grey zone up here is a really important grey zone. When I say grey zone, I mean support resistance zone. And you can see we were clearly in an uptrend, yeah, and we had this nicely bullish candle. Okay, so the idea was just to continue buying oil for all of these reasons and potentially back up to here. If we drop down to the H1 now, guys, because this is always my entry time frame. And, you know, in an ideal world, we wanted price to retrace to here and then we start buying because this would have been excellent value. But as you know by now, trading is not an ideal world. The opposite, in fact, some days. So, you know, so I was saying we could sort of, you know, use this moving average 20 as potential dynamic support. You know, and we got a couple of candles. I mean, this one, but just not bullish enough. This one, not bullish enough. Even this one wasn't bullish enough because of this wick. You know, this wick is rejecting these highs. The candle that was bullish enough was this. But at this point, there's no value here. You know, if I start entering here, I need to put my stop down here realistically. So there wasn't any value in this trade for me, so I didn't take it. Maybe some of you did, guys. Maybe some of you are in this oil trade, and I still think you'll be good to come back up to these highs. So, yeah, I didn't trade oil, guys. And also, just quickly, we were looking at euro pound, yeah, because we like this area. We go to the day chart. I mean, that come down nicely, guys, yeah. We like this area up here, and then price has just shot down ever since. So well done if you got in on euro pound. And pound Swiss was less less of a move. But if we look at, you know, this price action, I still think we can potentially look to buy pound Swiss franc. Okay, guys, so those were the trades from yesterday. Let's take a look at today's trades now. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the recap. And if you did, if I could ask you all to subscribe to the channel right now. Thank you very much. Also, smash the notification button, guys. And if I could ask everyone to please smash the like button as well. Really help support the vid. Thank you very much. Danke schön, gracias. Right, guys, so trades for Wednesday, the 26th of July. Before we get started, let me just mention a few things if you're new to the channel. First of all, we've got a Discord channel, a free Discord channel. So come join it, guys. Yeah, we've got traders in there sharing ideas, knowledge. We've got indicators, trading psychology, useful links, books. So come join the free Discord, guys. The link is in the video description. Secondly, guys, don't forget, we also have the VIP Discord. You do have to pay for this, but you get access to me throughout the trading day, as in you can ask me questions. I give you my trade ideas as and when they happen. We also have 2 other expert traders sharing their ideas. We've got exclusive content every week. And we even give you access to a performance coach should you need it. All right. So, yeah, come and join the VIP Discord. The link is in the video description. Next, guys, we also have a mentorship program. If you would like to be coached one-on-one with myself, then drop us an email and we'll send you the details of the mentorship program. The email is in the video description. Next, guys, you can also become a Simply Forex member. So if you would like to support the channel, be part of the channel, then you can, okay, from as little as sort of under $2 a month, yeah? And you get some cool perks for doing so. So come and become a Simply Forex YouTube member. Again, the link is in the video description. Finally, guys, don't forget the live stream, 8 AM, New York, EST today. Get your questions ready. I'll see you for that. Right, trades for Wednesday the 26th. So I am seeing a couple of nice areas for a couple of US dollar pairs. All right. But the thing with the US dollar pairs today is, guys, that we have some humongous, enormous news coming out. Yeah, you may have heard of the Fed. Okay, so we've got that coming out today, guys. So it's coming out later, so we might have a trade before it comes out, but must be aware. But what I do like is this level on pound US dollar. Not only do we have this horizontal support, we've also got this moving average 20 support, and we've got a nice bullish candle, and we're clearly in an uptrend. Yeah. And this is a wonderful level of value because we have so much room to move into. Yeah. There's nothing much not to like about this trade. Did that make sense? I like this trade. And a few of the guys were talking about this in the free Discord. And I concur, guys. So, yeah, you know, I like this trade. The only thing is we got the Fed news, but let's carry on anyway. So I really like this. Okay, if we drop down to the H1 now, what are we waiting for? So let's drop down to the H4 actually, so you can see this. So we've had a H4 break. Yeah, so in the H4, price was coming down, you know, and then it stops making lower lows. Always a red flag, guys. Yeah, it's just not making lower lows. It's finding buyers here. And then kapow, in the words of Batman. All right, it just pops up, breaks this last high here. Yeah, it's breaking this last high. So we've had a H4 structure break. And then what do I want to see? What I want to see, guys, is a retrace into this grey zone. I think this could be a really nice level because you've got the moving average 20 coming round and this grey zone corresponds with these last highs here. So this could be a really nice level to start buying this pair, guys. Okay, this would be my first target, and if not, back up to those daily highs. If we just take a quick look at the H1, you can see that grey zone a little bit more clearly. Yeah, so these last H1 highs. Okay. Once it retraces, if it retraces, yeah, we get a nice level to start buying. It might not retrace, guys. Yeah. So how could we trade it? You know, we could trade once we get a break of these highs. Yeah. This would be a continuation of trend. I'm less keen on these trades. Yeah, I do take them now and again, but they're not as much value as here. You know, if I come down here and enter, I'm getting a wonderful price to start buying this pair. Whereas if I start entering at a break here, you know, my price has less value. All right, but both are valid. All right, but that's how I'm looking to buy pound US dollar. I also like the level of euro US dollar, but I prefer the pound US dollar. Let me explain why. So they are both at nice levels. So first of all, they're in an uptrend and they've retraced and they're at a very nice level, this horizontal support level. And we've got the moving average 20, which is literally just bounced off. So very similar to pound US dollar in that respect. But, you know, look at the candle here. Yeah, if you compare this candle to the pound US dollar candle, yeah, this is, you know, nowhere near as bullish. All right. So I do prefer pound US dollar, but I still want to show you this trade because I like this level. But again, we've got the Fed news. And this is going to be a bit of a H1 play, guys. All right. So, you know, all I'm waiting for, guys, is a break of structure. So as you can see, H1 is clearly, you know, still in a downtrend. And there's this level through here where price has been reacting at. We just want a break of this level. Yeah. And therefore, we've had a break to the upside. We have an uptrend on the H1 and we can start buying, guys. All right. So, yeah, euro US dollar are also like this zone, but not as much as the pound US dollar trade. And if you look at my next trade idea, this makes sense because euro pound, I will be looking to short this pair. So euro pound, if I'm looking to short this pair, that means pound strength. And therefore, by this trade alone, we would prefer pound US dollar over euro US dollar. Okay, because I want to short euro pound. Yeah, your trades need to make sense with each other. Okay. And this was a bit of a weekly play. I did talk about this yesterday briefly. And this is just a weekly play. We're in a weekly downtrend, you know, and arguably in a bit of a range. These highs still haven't broken. And we got this wick that bounced off the moving average 20 and closed back below this high. So I potentially we can come back down to the bottom of this range. Itchy nose. Okay. So that's the idea. If we drop down to the day chart now, yeah, you can see, you know, we're not in a downtrend. We are still in an uptrend, and this is retraced. But because of that weekly play, I'm happy to keep shorting this. And because of this candle, I mean, look how bearish that is. So the idea is just to take it back down to this 8,550 psychological level. It could go further, guys. But then how am I going to trade this? So again, if we look at the H4, this will become a bit of a H4 play. So for me to get any value, imagine if I entered here and my target's here, where would you put your stop? You know, here above the moving average 20, you know, the risk to reward doesn't make sense. So I have to have a retrace of some description. It could retrace all the way up to this gray zone. If it does, wonderful. Yeah, I just wait for a bearish reaction and then we can start taking price lower. Okay. If we drop down to the H1 now, yeah, I don't expect, maybe it will, but, you know, price could retrace just to the H1 moving average 20. And there is an area of support here, resistance here. So we could just get a bearish reaction at the moving average 20, and then we start shorting euro pound as well. All right. So, yeah, these are the things I'm looking at to short euro pound. There's more, guys. What else are we looking at? Okay, there's one more trade, guys. Before we look at the last trade, if I could just ask everyone, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel right now. Thank you very much. And if I could ask everyone to also smash the like button right now, guys, yeah? Also hit the notification button. So you are, it gives you an alert every time my vids are on. So please do that, guys. And also don't forget the cool things we do. So we've got the free Discord channel. We've got the VIP Discord channel. We've got the one-on-one mentorship program. We've got Simply Forex membership, YouTube membership. So check all of those things out. They are all in the video description. My final trade for today is pound Canadian dollar. Okay, so we were looking at this a couple of days ago. Yeah, so we still like this trade. All right. Because, you know, we're still in an uptrend. Price has come back down. We thought it was going to react sooner than what it did. Okay, but price has come back down to our grey zone. And because of this candle, if I zoom in, because of this candle, it's closed back in above our grey zone. Okay, because we had a very bearish candle followed by a very bullish candle. I don't like the fact that the moving average 20, it's below the moving average 20 now. But there's still enough things to like here for us to consider buys back up to here. So pound Canadian dollar, you know, we're still looking for potential buys here. Because we're in an uptrend, bullish candle, it's closed above this support. Yeah, we've got a potential trade here. If we drop down to the H1 now, what am I looking for? So the safe trade would be this, all right? The safe trade would be a break out of these last highs because price is at these highs currently. Yeah, and we're probably going to get a reaction to the downside. All right. So, but what do I want to see, guys? Maybe we do get a reaction and then we get something like this and then we get a break. If we get a break of this level, yeah, then for me, this is the safest trade. All right. And then we can start buying from here and take it up to that blue line. Let me just zoom out quickly. Yeah, this blue line here would be my target. This 7,100 level. More aggressive would be this trade, guys. You can see price has reacted here and we've got the moving average 20 here as well. So if price comes back into this grey zone, we get a bullish reaction, we can then start buying this. I would take some profit off here. Yeah. Yeah, I normally take 80% profit. Yeah, and then I can just let 20% run. All right, guys. So yeah, pound Canadian dollar, we're looking to buy this pair. And just quickly, guys, if some of you look at Bitcoin, yeah, just very quickly, if we look at the day chart, guys, because there has been an absolute just complete indecision for weeks with Bitcoin, all right, at this level here. And now yesterday's daily candle has broken all of this deadlock, yeah, this indecision. So I think Bitcoin could potentially come down. All right, guys. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. Maybe some of you, you know, trade Bitcoin. All right, guys. So yeah, those are my trade ideas for today. Let's take a look at the news. So news for Wednesday, the 26th of July, guys. So we had a bit of Aussie dollar CPI news, which actually give a bit of weakness to the Aussie dollar overnight. So yeah, maybe you trade the Asian session, guys, so you probably felt that. But that's been and gone. The first piece of news we're interested in is this, guys. At 1 o'clock, London GMT, we've got building permits coming out of the US. So this could move any US dollar pairs. And at 3 o'clock, we've got new home sales. And at 3:30, we've got crude oil inventories. But crude oil inventories, guys, will obviously not just impact US dollar, it will impact Canadian dollar and oil. Yeah, you can see that Canadian dollars had some strength off the back of that oil push that we've been seeing. But to be honest with you guys, the whole market is waiting for this later on, yeah? At 7 o'clock, London GMT, we got the FOMC statement and the interest rate decision. So Everyone expects, you know, a 25 points increase, so from 5.25% to 5.5%. So let's see what the actual data release is. So yeah, this is obviously going to move the markets, guys. Yeah, but to be honest with you, is sometimes not the actual the rate decision itself, because this is usually the same as what they forecasted. It's more what's said in the press conference 30 minutes later. Yeah, people hang on to every word in that press conference and trade, you know, according to that. So it's the press conference that will give us the real volatility later, especially if the interest rate decision is as expected. So must be aware of all of that, guys, especially, you know, if you're in any US dollar pairs or any pairs, really. It's going to have a real volatile effect. All right, guys. So, yeah, that is the analysis for today. Don't forget to join me for the live stream later. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you later.